Hi guys, PJ here. Today I'm going to be installing one of these Sony MEX-N7300BDs into a vehicle. Now, for a video on your Pacific vehicle on how to install the head unit, please have a quick look through my channel, do a quick search and you will find your own vehicle. I've covered pretty much every UK European spec vehicle that is made up to press to this year. So this is more a look at the actual unit. Now I am going to be fitting this in a Vauxhall Mariva. This is a 2009 model. So we're going to be using a fascia plate. There's the part number, CT24VX01 for this particular car. Also needs a DAB aerial because it does not come in the box on this particular radio. So we're going to be using an auto leads window screen mounted antenna, which is there. This is a powered one, so the little thin wire there needs to connect to the blue wire that comes out of this that would normally control an electric aerial. We also need a interface cable. So this one is a CT20VX04. Both of these are made by Connect2. They're available eBay, Amazon, most car shops, etc. This comes with the aerial adapter that you can see there. We have a FATCA plug, which plugs into the car's wiring harness, and a normal plug that plugs into the radio itself. Nice, easy conversion to do. Orange cable not needed on this installation. We'll just snip that one off out of the way. And let's get installing. So first things first, I'll skip forward and remove the car's original stereo. Very simple to do on this car, but like I say, your car will vary. Videos more on what this particular unit is like. So with the original radio out of the way, leaving just the bare wiring harness connector here, the first thing we're going to do is thread the cable for basically the DAB antenna. The way we're going to do that is go down on those typical cars, down through there into the footwell of the passenger area, along the bottom of the glove box, and then up the window screen pillar. Pretty much the same on every car. Very easy thing to do. So let's get on with that right now, and I'll skip to the end when it's mounted on the window screen and show you the mounts and bits and bobs with that. Didn't take long before I come to my first minor niggle. It's not actually related to the radio, it's related to the Autoleads DAB aerial, and yes, I have this many times when I fit these. They're a split cable, and basically you're going to be trailing the aerial cable to the same place as you're going to be trailing the power cable to for this. So I have to go along and basically I tape them together all the way down at various points. Otherwise you're threading two separate cables, which makes the job a little bit longer. Now, in my opinion, they could just, mold these two together, make life a lot quicker, a lot easier, rather than having to run bits of tape all the way down just to join them together. Minor niggle, but just saves time if it was already molded, one of those things. But we'll continue doing it every sort of 10 inches or so until I get to the end of it. Now is also a good time to check, make sure the radio, see if it comes with a microphone cable. If it does, yes it does, it's ideal to run at the same time as running your DAB aerial cable because they're going to the same place. I normally mount these in the middle of the roof, just above the interior mirror. That way they don't get any wind noise. A lot of people mount them near the side window in the top right hand corner of the window screen. This is bad because in summer, if you open your window and you're driving along, you get a lot of turbulence and no one will be able to hear you talk. So always try and put them in the middle if the cable's long enough for your Pacific vehicle. So I'm going to run this cable at exactly the same time as running my DAB cable. Same thing, straight down the center console and under the passenger footwell, across the bottom and then up. Quick update guys, we've run our cable there. Like I say, I've had to tape the two together, so that's all the way through. We've got our microphone cable through as well. And we're just going to actually prepare the interface cable that we've ordered. We've got this orange cable here. This is actually an illumination cable and not needed at all. We can get rid of that. This will be vehicle dependent, bear that in mind. So like I say, do check the channel for your Pacific vehicle on details how to fit things to your vehicle, rather than this generic one which is more focusing on the radio. So I'm now going to pop this cable in. This has got to go to the fuse box, the shred wire, fascia in, and pop the radio in. We'll unbox it, have a look what comes with it, see what sort of connectors are on the back, and go from there. Right guys, so let's have a look what we get in the box. Obviously we've already run the microphone. We get our face panel there. It's a removable face. It is the older style, this one. It does have a CD player built in. A lot do not have a CD player built in nowadays. There's our ISO cable. Plugs in the radio this end, and the other end plugs into the adapter that you've wired into your car, whichever car that may be. And let's dig the radio itself out the box. Being a Sony or any quality brand, it is actually really well packaged. We have instruction manual here in many languages, etc. Pop that to one side. Unit itself housed in cardboard and a bag, so that's pretty nice. I mean, I do deal with like a lot of the major brands such as Alpine, Pioneer, etc., Sony, and you do actually find that they are, if I kind of put it, a higher quality framework than on some of the nondescript Chinese brands. I mean, there's a lot of Android stuff on eBay, etc., and you always find the edges of the frames and stuff are razor sharp because it's really cheaply made. These ones, you don't have any problems like that. In the box we also had a set of release keys, obviously in case you want to remove the radio at some point or another. On the rear of this particular one we have power with a little 10 amp fuse there. What else have we got? We have microphone in, being the red socket, blue being for steering wheel remote controls, so if you've got like controls on your steering wheel to turn your volume up and down, and you've bought the correct interface for your vehicle, it will plug into there. Now regarding interfaces, obviously ASCII retailer, but eBay, Amazon, they all sell them, and it is brand specific for a steering wheel interface and vehicle specific, so you've got to get the right one, guys. So like I say, ASCII retailer on that one, I'm sure they can advise. What else have we got here? We've got front pre-outs if you want to amplify, sub or rear, and also rear and then separately sub. So there's a little diagram there if I can get this to focus. No, the glare on it's being a pain, isn't it? But you got front, you got rear, and you got sub, and then you've got your standard aerial socket just here and DAB aerial connection here. So we're ready to go. We're basically just going to slide this off, fit our plastic frame into the dashboard, stick this in, put the radio in, and click all the wires together. Okay, last bit before we actually have a look at the unit in operation. There we go, nice fascia there, got USB, should click on nice and easily. You'll notice I haven't clicked the radio fully home yet. Always test before you do that. It goes on nicely. Let's power it up. So let's switch on for the first time here. And there we go. So we're going to have to set everything up, set general. I've not read the instruction manual, but they're normally pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. We don't want demo. Demo off. Demo is for sort of showroom use. Set clock. Where's clock? Got a also clock there. Where do we go back? There we go. Back. Set clock. Yeah, we could have it set by the DAB radio signal. That's cool. Like that. Or you can manually, I guess. Yeah, you can manually set it, which is pretty straightforward as well, guys. So we got 8 AM in the morning here. 8:56. Now I will have to turn the radio off. I'll just mute the video quickly, because if it picks up any music at all, copyright will kick in for YouTube and cause us problems. Okay, so auto tuning instantly found a station. Pressing and holding the button there stores, nice and easy. Yeah, this is an absolute doddle to use. So we have an auxiliary in the front here. We have eject. Like I say, there's the USB tuning up and down. Extra bass button there. You can adjust that up and down as you wish. What other functions have we got? Set clock, manual. Just back to set. Let's go back. So we got sound presets, high pass filter presets, EQ presets there, balance, fader, and subwoofer level. All good. Display. Can we change the colour on this? A lot of vehicles have different coloured dashboards, so it would be nice to be able to do that. We've got dimmer, brightness. No, we don't. So one colour, guys. That's not ideal. But then again, I reviewed another Sony not long ago, I think it was last week in fact, and that also couldn't change the colour, so it's something Sony need to look at. There's Bluetooth, set pairing, set audio device, ringtone, auto answer, auto pair, BT signal. Okay, we're back to the start. What else have we got? Back to general. And then obviously we've got pick up and put down call, power off, switch between sources, CD, radio, etc. Let's go back to DAB. Make sure we can find a Bluetooth signal, because that is always a problem, to be honest with you. Depending on the area you live, DAB is very hit and miss. So we're auto tuning now. Let's make sure we find some stations. Shouldn't take too long, but it is still patchy, like I say. We're in the Midlands here, so we should get reasonable reception. Thinking about it. Yeah, there we go. Picked up a radio station. Got any others? Yeah, we got loads. That's cool. Okay, so we picked up radio stations. Display is nice and clear. Unit's very simple to work. Didn't even have to read the instruction manual for that one. And it does have a lot of nice inputs, being USB and the OGS there, so it'll run your iPhone, your Android, etc. Connections on the back are good if you're on run amplifiers, that type of thing. Quality's nice, being a Sony unit. Only losers points really, in my opinion, on the DAB area, which is not actually linked to this Sony unit. It's a totally separate item. This is actually changing colour, look. Can you see that? So there must be a way of setting the colour. Let's have a look. Just really quickly before I end the video, let's see if we can get this figured out. No, nothing there. Display. Brightness. It's not the brightness, is it? No, it's not. Button colour. There we go, guys. Colour. So if you've got a Volkswagen, set it to blue. Display though, still not blue. That's a shame. It sort of changes colour look, but not. If you're on blue for Volkswagen, it's not a blue display fully. Custom. Okay, so we can change that, guys. That's a really nice feature and a really nice stereo overall. I reckon that's got to be worth your money for the price that these are. Check your retailer, they're not dear. That's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. I like that stereo. It was easy to fit. There was no real issues. Bit of a problem with the auto leads aerial. Like I say, it could do with being moulded. Minor gripe there though overall. And there we go. That wraps this video up. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.